The amount of cash you can make in December is more than the amount of cash you make from January to November combined. And what's amazing is that you don't even have to own a business. You don't have to be very educated or very super skilled to accomplish this. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly which ways you can make money in December so that you cross the year with a smile on your face. So to know exactly where and how you can make this cash, we must establish two things: who you are and where you are. So now, in terms of who you are, we are going to break it into categories. Category one is the people I'm going to call hustlers. So hustlers are these people who are not very educated, who are not very skilled, who are just lay people living from one hustle to the next one. They are not employed. They don't have any regular source of income. And then category two, let us call them professionals. These people who are employed, who are very educated, probably who have a job, a permanent job, or a consistent job, living from paycheck to paycheck, or who can even get a bank loan if they so wish. Now, in terms of where you are also, let us break it into two categories. So where you are, I'm going to talk about two different places. Now, the first place, let's call it a destination city. A destination city is a place where people go on holidays. It's a place where people leave their homes and they go on vacation. That is the destination city. And also, number two, we call it an exodus city. So the exodus city is this place where people leave so that they can go on vacation. So destination city and exodus city. So now, even before we move forward, even before we proceed, what you need to understand is that someone from an exodus city is looking for two things. He's looking for security and the maintenance of his property and the assets they have left behind. And then someone who goes to a destination city is looking for fun, is looking for rest, but above all, he's looking for entertainment and is spending money on the gifts or the products and the services that are offered in that destination city. If you can understand that much, then you can understand the dynamics of how we are going to discuss making money from these people who are both going to the destination city or leaving the exodus city. But before we even move forward, I want you to understand that for you to be able to accomplish making this money in December, you must be a certain type of a person. You must be very honest, you must be very good at what you do, but above all, you must be very trustworthy. That is the overarching quality that you must possess before we can even discuss. If you are a crook, if you're not sure of yourself, if you have corners, I don't think anybody is willing to do business with you, and you must work on your attitude and character before you can even talk about making money. Unless, of course, you want to mug people. I know when you say you can make more money in December more than what you have made in the whole year, I know the question usually is, bro, are you sure not one of these guys on YouTube who are full of BS? You're just trying to peddle some information which is not founded? No. And the people will come to me and they say, oh my brother, how can we be saying that people are going to make more money? Look at how the year has been. The economy is very bad. The inflation has gone up. Where is this money coming from? The economy is very bad. You see, I used to make those kind of statements myself, and I realized that whenever you say the economy is very bad, every time you say the economy is very bad, you must qualify that statement and say the economy is bad for who? The right thing to say is the economy is very bad for me, because you can only talk about yourself. So if the economy is very bad for you, do not project that to other people. If the economy is very bad for everybody, I invite you to go outside, just to go on the highway. Look at how many cars are being driven. Look at the type of cars which are driven on that road. But also look at when those cars were registered. I always, it's always mind-blowing. I go outside and I look at the cars that are being driven, and most of them are just new registration, new number plates, latest models, latest number plates. So when you say the economy is doing very bad, I'm assuming that you are very blind to see that in your neighborhood, probably in the suburbs of where you live, buildings are springing up, businesses are opening, and if you go to a supermarket, you look at someone who has filled that huge trolley. In fact, he has even hired some people to push more trolleys on his behalf. And then you ask yourself, hey, I just bought a very small paper bag, and I feel like I'm broke, I'm bankrupt after buying something that cannot even fit in a small paper bag. But you see someone filling trolleys and trolleys. So when you say the economy is very bad, that is exactly how you feel. That is your reality. I want to let you know that people have a lot of cash out there, and the reason why we are discussing how we can make money in December is because one fact that I have seen: when people have money, they cannot help but spend money. That's why people go on vacation. I mean, just imagine someone taking his whole family just to go on vacation, paying those air tickets, paying those Airbnbs. So because people who have money want to spend this money, this is why we the hustlers, we the people who do not have money, we the people whose economy is doing very bad, we have to devise means, we have to create ways of getting this money from the people who have the money, but we must do it the legal way. I hope you understand. We must do it the legal way. Now, let's get to the specifics. How do we exactly make money? Now, remember I said who you are and where you are. So let us begin with the hustlers. You are a hustler and you are in an Exodus city. Where exactly is this money coming from? So I'm going to give a few examples because there are so many things you can do, but I'm going to throw out there some examples of some of the things that we ourselves have done before, and probably you're going to catch something and you look at yourself and see what can help you. Just a few examples. So number one, if you're in an Exodus city, like I said, people who are living in Exodus city, they need to understand, they need to assure themselves that their properties and the things they have left behind are going to be secured, but also they're going to be maintained. Now, there's something called house sitting. You know, this may sound like a foreign concept for most people in Africa, but you see, house sitting is a thing. So house sitting is when someone lives and they are going far, probably they are taking the whole family, no one is left home, but they cannot afford to leave their property just like that. And by the way, I have gone in this business since last year into property management, and one of the things we do in property management, we do house sitting for people. So a house sitter, what he does basically is just to make sure that the house is operating as normal, just as normal as if people were at home. So basically is to ensure that the ecosystem, the environment of that house, the life of that house is not interfered with simply because the owners of the house, of the owners of the property have gone away. So now, where is the money exactly? So for you as a hustler, you are not committed, you are not employed, you don't have cash, you don't have any employment obligation. So what you do, you look for property managers, people like us. You come to our agents, for example, and you say, I'm looking for a job as a house sitter. So what we do, we vet you, because remember, an Exodus city, it means so many people are living. So there could be so many properties and there could be so many people who are looking for house sitters. And a company like ours, for example, you may find that you have 20 people, but the demand for house sitting is so much. The demand for maintenance is a lot. Probably you have 20 people, but you look around, you find that this December, for example, the Exodus is so much and you need more people to go and attend to different houses, because if you want to be efficient, you have to assign different people to different properties. If you assign one person, let's say, to 10 properties, it's not going to be a very efficient service that you're delivering. So yes, you can speak to property management people, or you can even speak to the owners themselves. If you have a way of speaking to the property owners themselves, you can offer your services. But like I said, you must look the part. If you go and you look like a criminal, if you go and you look like actually you are the person who vandalizes homes, if you look like the type actually who break into homes, no one is going to listen to you. So just make sure that you are presentable, just make sure that you look the part, and then approach the owners or approach the property managers, and then get this job as a house sitter. I was almost saying a babysitter. Okay, another thing you can do, of course, we spoke about security and maintenance. Yes, you can offer security services. I know, of course, rich people, when they leave their properties, they have some security measures, but always more is good than less. If you can offer additional security, if you can say, I can circle your property twice a day to make sure that everything is okay, your cameras are working, or your lights are on and everything. So you can offer those kind of services and you will make more cash, because just imagine someone leaving their properties. There's a lot of assets in that house. There's a lot of assets in that organization, because by properties we don't mean homes only. We are talking about organizations, we are talking about businesses, we are talking about parastatal offices, there are so many things. We are talking about NGOs. There are so many properties that you can offer your services to, and you will realize that you have made cash in December. So now I think I'm beginning to be vindicated, because I say that you can make more money in December than you have made for the rest of the year, which means if you made zero money and you managed to make $10 in December, I'm vindicated. You have made more money in December more than you have made since the beginning of January. Okay, so another thing you can do, of course, in an Exodus city, there's something people do in December, there's that hype, the festive season. There's a lot of decoration happening. So if you can do decoration, because even when people are leaving, they don't want to give impression that we have left our properties. They want to give impression that there's someone home. Yes, maybe they have their own security. Yes, they don't want to engage a house sitter, but they want to create that impression that there's someone home. And one way of doing this, it is through decoration, Christmas trees and Christmas lightings and, the normal decorations. This happens for this, of course, this happens for business, this happens for homes, this happens for offices. So, if you can do these decorations, also that is something you can do, and you're going to make some cash in December. So there are several examples we can give. There are several other things we can talk about Exodus City. I'm just giving a few examples. If you want maybe a detailed list of the things you can do, just to get in touch, go to our email, write me an email, let me know who you are, let me know where you are, and then we can assess and see exactly what you can do and how you can approach these services during holiday seasons. But let's just move on to the destination city, and boy oh boy, this is where the cash is. Destination city, I'm talking about coastal cities, people who live in the coastal cities, where usually there's influx of visitors coming on the beach. That is where the cash is. So as a hustler living at a destination city, I want you to understand, number one, people need to be entertained. Listen, these are people who've been working their butt off for a whole year. So when they go on vacation, whatever can entertain them, whatever can put their mind at ease, they are willing to pay for. So let's start by giving this example. If you are an amateur musician, for example, you have your broken guitar, which has like a rubber band and the cell tape, it's tied up, the things are, I think I'm talking about myself some years back. But if you are an amateur musician, please make sure you make cash in December. And how do you do it exactly? So you don't just go in the street and start singing, although you can do that. If the street is busy, you can do it in the street. But the best way to do it is to approach like a shopping mall or like shopping complexes. Take your guitar, tune it very well, and then you start entertaining people. I know people in the complexes, usually they want you, after you perform like for a day, they want you to give like 20% of what you have made, or just a nominal fee that you pay every day to use that space. Look into that and do it. Pay them something small, entertain people. And then number two thing that you can do in a destination city is something called the seasonal employment. So what is seasonal employment? Seasonal employment, of course, it is exactly what it means. You are employed for a season. Seasonal employment, why? Because remember, you are in a destination city, but companies in that destination city, businesses in that destination city, also they have their workers go on holidays. They have their workers take off some days off, go on vacation. And even if workers do not go on vacation, because of the influx of people who are coming from outside, they are overstretched, they are overworked, and they need some extra hands to be able to sustain the demand of the clients that are coming from different places. So seasonal employment is very, very lucrative. And one thing that I have seen actually about seasonal employment is that seasonal workers, they tend to get paid more than normal employees. And it's understandable, because if you're paying someone only for 1 month, only for 2 weeks, it makes it that you pay him well, you incentivize him well, so that he does not come and destroy your business and then disappear. So you get paid well as a seasonal worker more than a permanent employee. So seasonal employment, think of transportation sector, think of food sector, think of services sector, like these people who do cleaning in the malls, cleaning in the public square, cleaning in the churches. Think in that direction. Another exciting thing you can do if you are in a destination city and you are a hustler, and this is very exciting because you get to meet more people, you get to make more connections, is something called tour guiding. So tour guiding or tour guiding basically means, because you are a local and there are so many visitors coming and they are not familiar with the places, they don't know where there's too much insecurity, they don't know which are the best sites they can go and visit, they don't know exactly where to get the best food or the best local food. So you can offer your services as a tour guide, and then you show visitors around, and in the process, just to make sure when you're doing that, you get their contacts, you get that connection. if you are able to speak different languages, for example, you can speak English in local language, you can speak English and maybe 2 more other languages, just utilize that as an advantage so that you can render these interpretation services to the visitors, but at the same time you get paid and you make connections. So that is very, very important if you are in a destination city. If you are a lady, this one I think it's for young ladies. You can offer babysitting services. Babysitting services to who and where? Because like I said, people give their nannies days off during holidays, and they themselves, they take vacations in a destination city. So if you find that there's a client who has come with babies, and by virtue of having babies, they're not having fun at your destination city, offer them babysitting services. Go make yourself presentable, go and speak very eloquently, tell them that you can help them with the babysitting. Okay, of course, most of them will not leave you alone with their babies, okay? They will be there, but you can be taking care of the babies as they have fun, as they are playing beach volleyball, as they are watching a football match, or maybe as they recline on the beach. You can take care of those babies and you will make a lot of cash. These are things that we have seen people do. By the way, when I talk like this, I want you to understand that these are not things which are coming from my head. I am a mentor. I mentor young people, and these are some of the things we suggest to young people who are hopeless, who don't know exactly where to go and what to do, and they end up making a lot of cash. It's unfortunate that this is just a seasonal cash. It's only in December during the long holidays, but there's a lot of money to be made, because remember, when people have a lot of cash, they spend it. And if they spend it, you should be able to offer them something. You should be able to offer them a product or a service. So babysitting, very, very handy, very, very important. Now, another thing you can do, and I propose this you do as a group. Organize yourself, maybe as a group of 2, 3, or 5. And then offer after party cleaning services. Why am I saying after party cleaning services? Most of these people, most of the visitors, when they go to these destination cities, they want to throw a lot of parties. And you realize they throw a lot of parties in Airbnbs. And the Airbnbs, they don't have really people who do what we can call room services, because these are houses which are rented out to the visitors. So if you can offer yourselves and say, we do after party cleaning. You can throw whatever party you can throw up and do whatever mess you make, and we will come and clean the mess after you. I'm telling you, there's so many people who are willing to take those kind of services, and they will pay you for that. Another example I'm going to give, this is very, very lucrative. You can offer to do delivery services for fast food restaurants and other restaurants. Why? Because let's say you own a small motorbike, or even a bicycle, or a small car. It could be your own car, it could be your mother's car, it could be your uncle's car, or maybe you don't even own anything, you're just walking. Listen, we have to be very, very shrewd in making this money. Offer delivery services to restaurants, because you have a lot of visitors. Some of them, they just want to recline on the beach, or maybe just have fun in their hotel rooms or in their B&Bs. So if you can go to these fast food restaurants and offer your services, remember I said during holidays there's influx of people, and there's always bound to be shortage of employees. There's always bound to be shortage of these people who do deliveries. So if you can go and say, yes, we will give some extra deliveries, you and your bike, you deliver food, you deliver gift, you deliver flowers, or whatever people are delivering to each other, this can also make you some extra coins. And then of course, lastly, because so that I don't want to drag these videos for so long, but lastly, another thing you can offer, you can also offer to run errands for Airbnbs. So Airbnbs, like I said, most of them, these are just the people who have rented their houses to foreigners or visitors, so they don't have room service. So if you can go and say, whenever you want to run an errand, let's say for example, a certain visitor wants some dry cleaning services, or they just want to purchase something in the city but they don't want to go themselves, you can go and market yourself to the owners of Airbnbs. Let them have your numbers, or probably let them display your number on the door or somewhere in the Airbnbs, so that whenever someone needs to run a few errands, they can contact you and you will make a lot of cash. Let us move on to category number 2 of people, professionals. Now, professionals, I want you to understand, whether you are in the destination city or you are in the next other city, it may not make so much difference. But the number one thing you should think about if you want to make more cash in December, please do not take the days off in December. Continue working. Forget vacation in December. You continue working. This is something I've realized. In December, there's usually a lot of overtime. And I have realized that overtimes are paid double in different companies. Okay, so sometimes the rate is 1.5, but mostly in most companies, of course, companies which is not like the one I used to work for, generalized companies, they give double. So take advantage of that double shift. Take advantage of that double rate and work in December. You can think about taking a vacation in January after everything has cooled down and people are coming back. But also, what I have realized is that in December, okay, of course, this depends on which industry you're working in. But in December, because many people have gone on vacation, I've realized that actually the workload is less. So basically what I'm saying is that you work less, but you get paid more. But like I said, it depends on which industry you are in, because if you're into food industry, beverage industry, this is your peak time. So this may not apply. So number 2 example I'm going to give here, another way as a professional you can make money. If you are skilled, if you are educated, if you are a professional, you have specialized in something, please just make sure that you do overtime and locum in different places, in other places. So don't restrict yourself in one location. Don't restrict yourself at your own place of work. After hours, offer your services to other companies. Go and make that extra buck, because remember, it's not only in your company where people are going on holidays, it's not only in your company where people are going on vacation. Actually, in other companies, they may need people to come and work some overtime or part-timing. So please, just get this cash, because remember, there's a place I used to welcome, and the money used to be very good. They used to pay us something like $25 per hour just to come and do part-timing during December. $25 per hour. It's not a joke. Don't think about December as this magical time where you have to go and have fun. No, think about how you can make this extra cash. Think about how you can get ahead. Think about how you can consolidate these funds. And then when it's January or February, when everybody is hustling, when everybody is jumping around looking for cash, saying things are bad, you have made some quick back end. You are chilling. You are enjoying the labor of the cash you made in December. So do overtime, do part-timing, do locum in other places. Also, if you are a professional, of course, if you're working, if you have access to loans, I'm assuming you must have some assets, and you can make your assets work for you. And what I mean here is that if you have a car that you're not using, of course you are working, right? But probably you have a car which is parked home, or you have a motorbike you use for fun which is parked home. Remember all these things we said. That motorbike, that car, that bicycle, that wheelbarrow could be making cash as you make cash as well. So your assets are making cash and you are making cash as well in December, because we have influx of people, we have people who are spending more money. So make sure that your assets are making money as you make money. Rent them out. Find some boys who can use your car, your bike, your motorbike to make some extra cash as you also make some extra cash. But having said that, of course, there are other ways of making cash. And let me just give 2 examples of what else you can do. If you own a house, let's say you have a big house and some of your people have gone on holidays themselves, why not? You can rent some of the rooms. Let visitors come, stay in your house, and they are going to pay you as if they're paying a hotel room. They are going to pay you as if they're staying in an Airbnb. Of course, don't just allow anybody to come in your house. Vet them. If you see that they are right people who can stay in your house, let them come in. Let them pay you. Because, the space they are using is useless to you if it's not generating cash. But if you can lease it out, if you can rent it out to someone for a week or 2 weeks or a few days, that is the cash, that is free cash, tax free, by the way, because no one is going to tax that cash. That is between you and the person who's paying you. So just to make sure that these assets are making cash as you are also making cash. Now, maybe the last example for this video, in December, some services are also in high demand. And one thing that I have realized that goes up in demand is printing services. So printing services, because so from a church background, I've seen that in churches, people are printing flyers. They want to print flyers. They want to invite people for services, crossover services for New Year, Christmas services, Christmas carols. But of course, also people are printing on their T-shirts. People are printing on their doormats. People are printing billboards and banners and stuff like that. So if you can get some cash and maybe find a very good printer, if it's a large format printer or even a normal printer, even a normal digital printer, you can still make some cash as you are sitting down or as you are working somewhere else to make more cash. So my friends, like I was saying, there's a lot of money to be made. And one thing you need to understand is that December comes with a lot of cash. People have bonuses. People are cashing out from their circle, from their financial circles. People are cashing out even from their banks. People are withdrawing from their assets, their investments, so that they can have fun. So as people have fun, as people want to have fun, as people want to spend money, your mentality, your mindset should be, how can I position myself so that as these people are spending, some of the money they are spending is going to come in my pocket? And that is the essence of my video today. I really appreciate you being with us. This is Winning Mind program, and our aim is to make sure that we improve on ourselves. So we want to be all we can be. We want to make most from the least that we have. God bless you, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.